Who doesn't love Max, right? If you ask me, I would say he is currently one of the greatest drivers on the Formula One track. I accept that he is more aggressive and abrasive than any other driver on the current Formula One lineup. But what about Senna, Schumacher, and Hamilton? They were also very aggressive when they first arrived on the circuit, and what they accomplished subsequently was not kept from anyone. Well, I am confident that he will win the title in the coming 2 to 3 years too. But let's keep all that aside for a few minutes, shall we? Let's take a look at the story behind the success. You see, a successful racing driver is not for everyone. While skill is essential, being bold is also an important factor. You must anticipate potential threats and be prepared to deal with them. If the worst-case scenario occurs, you must have the will and guts to recover and not allow setbacks to keep you from reaching the top. This can be extremely difficult, but the greatest motorsport recovery tales demonstrate that anything is possible when you are sincerely committed to what you do. And that's exactly what Verstappen did. As we said just before, Verstappen has always been recognized for his aggression, which, depending on where one sits in the paddock, can be both captivating and maddening. Verstappen's main competitor in recent sessions, 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton, has taken a slightly different approach. Max, he thinks, is kind of do or die. It's as though you're either crashing or not going by. In other words, Max will not yield. He believes Verstappen pushes it to the utmost and even beyond. His tactical boldness contributes significantly to his competitive advantage and recent dominance, which includes back-to-back world titles in 2021 and 2022. At 25, he won more Grand Prix than all but 5 drivers in F1 history and is already recognized as one of the top half dozen or so to do so. Yes, Hamilton, Schumacher, Vettel, Prost, and Senna are all in the mix. He can win from any position on the starting grid, not just the front. And it's when he's pursuing that his exclusive command of the racing line is most evident. That notion that he's bound to pass you by, as if by destiny, appears to have led to near pathological confidence that he is never at fault. It might give the appearance that Verstappen, Horner, and Red Bull are milking every last advantage out of the officials. This is why racing fans may find it funny that despite those faults at his 2015 road test, Max was able to maneuver his way out of it. Most of you probably don't know much about Max's background, right? Max, who grew up over the border in the Netherlands, has always raced under the Dutch flag, as did his father before him, but has been in Monaco since his 18th birthday, the day after passing his driver's license test. He spent much of the year following his own jet from Monaco to Milton Keynes, attending race weekends and back. Seriously, his pace is insane. Let it be on track or in the garage, being interviewed in a rolling mall of hyped reporters at a race, or reacting to those who gather around him while taking a walk through the paddock at any given Grand Prix. Max often looks unbothered by anything that has happened, whether he has just won the race, crashed out, or been the center of a debate. He can start a battle, but he appears to have to force himself to be enthusiastic, as if he's been coached to behave as if he cares about anything other than himself. It's yet another clear component of his competitive advantage. In sports, there is excellence, and then there is chilling coldness. Isn't it something cool? There are some who reach the peak and are taken aback by their presence. And then there are those who see their presence as a done deal, scarcely worth noticing. Well, you could say all of this credit goes to his dad, Max's father, Jos Verstappen. Jos Verstappen drove in Formula One from 1994 to 2003, and was recognized as a pretty aggressive driver who made too many mistakes and was frequently unfortunate. He had only 2 podium finishes in his career. When it came to his firstborn kid, the aim was to create a driver with all of the advantages of the daring approach, but with all of the disadvantage, all of the liability ironed out. Jos was like someone who learned a second language later in life but wanted their child to be fluent in it. After leaving Formula One, he effectively committed the remaining of his career to make Max a better guy and stronger than him on the track. Anyway, before concluding, I'd like to say, Max has been the chosen one for a long time, predestined to achieve greatness, and he now possessed the keys. He had the power to do anything he pleased, but he also had the duty to be the sport's face at the time and to propel it ahead. And now, he does the same. So coming to the end of today's episode, let me ask you guys, what do you think of Verstappen? Do mention your views in the comment section below. Anyway, we'll meet again in the next episode. Until then, see ya.